Thank you for coming. Thank you for finding time out of your very busy schedules to join us this morning on this very exciting discourse on project management. Before I go further, the elevated floor is a little bit lonely, so I want to ask my very esteemed panelists to join me. So I'm going to start by inviting Yila, Yusuf, to come up to join me on the elevated floor. You can start with the one right at the end, yes. So Yila, I think most importantly to me, has been our IVC speaker before, wearing a different hat. He was at that time the CIO in O&O, and he's after that gone to be in the business, be in charge of operations at O&O, and currently he is Deputy Director in charge of the Project Management Office at the Central Bank of Nigeria. So please join me in welcoming Yila. Very experienced project manager, and I'm sure we're looking forward to him sharing some of his experience and his tips with us today. And we want to thank him especially for finding time. You know, it involves coming in from Abuja to be here with us this morning. So thanks a lot, Yila. Next, I'd like to welcome our next panelist, Tosin Agbetusin. Please come up. I'm sure for many of you in the project management community, he's no stranger. He's a global, local, regional speaker on many platforms on project management. His day job is at Ericsson, director in charge of consulting, and previously in charge of projects and project program management. I think one of the key laurels he has to his name is the fact that he's the first program management professional in Nigeria. I'm sure if I ask the project management professionals to raise their hands, there'll be lots of us. I don't know how many other program management professionals we have in this room. So please join me in welcoming him. Also, to thank him for finding time to join us this morning. All very busy people. Our third panelist today is Adeoye. Adeoye, please come and join us on the high table. Adeoye is also a very experienced project manager, lots of experience, telecoms, advertising, marketing, communications. You know, I think his CV talks about over 18 years. Well, you don't look like you have over 18 years experience, I must say. So you have this, you know, deceptive, very young look. But I'm sure that we're going to learn a lot from him. He's got a lot of valuable experience. One of the things that I thought was really interesting when I was going through his profile earlier was this head of value and project management. And I thought, okay, that's nice, because putting value beside project management, I think, places a different light on it, a different emphasis on it. So I'm sure he's going to be telling us about that very shortly. So once again, I thank you all for being here today and being here on time. And I thank all of those who have come to join us in this discussion also for being here. So the issue then may be, or the question may be, why project management? Why are we having this discussion at this time? Well, for me, it's very simple. These are tough times. These are challenging times. Do we agree? They are challenging times, and we're cutting costs. The first thing we want to cut is waste, right? And then we start to cut costs. And then we want to run a leaner and a meaner machine. Now, one of the areas where organizations lose value, though it's where they should be generating value, is in managing projects. And you'll find that a lot of organizations run projects routinely, especially in IT. And I dare say, looking at this room, I know that a lot of people have a technical, telecoms, IT sort of background. Okay, so if we can, as professionals, demonstrate that we can run projects that are effective and that deliver the outcomes that have been expected or have been outlined, then we actually are adding value to the organization. So how do we do this? I mean, if you do a search on project management online, it will talk about project failure. Most of the results you will get will tell you about project failure. Okay, so really the idea is to see how we can manage projects more effectively through the use of vehicles like the Project Management Office. You know, there's an association, a statistic that associates high-performing organizations with how they manage projects. I think it actually says that high-performing organizations successfully complete 89% of their projects. Low performers complete only 39%. And this is from the PMI.org. Okay, so essentially what it's saying is that the more successful you are at managing your projects, the more successful you are as an organization. Okay? So that's a very important thing to keep in mind. Many statistics exist about project failure. I'm sure we're all aware of it. But the one that caught my attention most recently was the one that said that 1 in 6 projects have a cost overrun of about 200% and a schedule overrun of 70%. That's from Harvard Business School. So if we're talking about lean times and we're running projects that have a cost overrun at 100, 200%, then clearly the organization is bleeding and doesn't have a chance of being lean. So let's hear